WCOOP is over, and yeah, in this video I want to share how WCOOP went for me. You have seen my preparation, and in this video I want to share how sometimes things are not going so well despite of having a very good preparation, and that it's not only in poker like this but also sometimes in life that you put in the hours, you put in the work, but the outcome might not what you have been working for, and you might be disappointed. And of course, I'm disappointed. I had some very nice deep runs. We had the 10K deep run even on Twitch. But let's look into the numbers, and you can also get an idea of the amount of buy-ins that I'm spending during a WCOOP. And let's look into it. So I played in total. I started here. No, that's not where I started. I started here. So in total I played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sessions during WCOOP. Not as much as I was hoping to play. I had to prepare the bootcamp in Barcelona with 6 hours every day of content and seminars. So lots of stuff to prepare. So I haven't had the time as I desired to. So I played 6 sessions, and let's look at the numbers. We have here, this is the column for the buy-ins, and in total I had 298K, so almost 300K. This is the column for the bounties, and as you can see, I only cashed for 26,000 in bounties. That's very little. I mean, there was an entire KO series, and for some reason this series, the KOs didn't go well to me. I think that was also one of the reasons why I suffered quite a lot this series, so to speak. I would say that, and I was of course also reviewing a couple of the hands and many key sports where you had huge flips. I mean, you have a lot of, the variance is insane. You have a lot of all-ins, even in big pots. You have to get it in with a weaker holding, and you only have 20-30% equity, but with all the big bounties involved, you just have to go for it. Didn't manage to hold a lot of all-ins. That's how it is. And in cashes, normal freeze-out tournaments, I had 240K. So adding up those two numbers and deducting it from my buy-ins, it leaves me with a loss around 33,000, which is, if we put it into perspective, it's all right. Given how the WCOOP started, I think I was down 110, 120K, and then I had my big score with 160K in the 10K. Unfortunately, the last Sunday wasn't good either. It just didn't turn out to be the day that I was hoping for, but that's all right. But yeah, so I lost around 33K. I had a couple of swaps where I got a bit of money for my swaps. The swap means, for those who don't know what swapping means, so I can swap my action with someone. So I can trade my first 5% against his 5%. So let's say if we swap for each tournament 5%, every single time he has a score, I get 5% of his profit, and same goes for me, that he gets 5% of my profits if I have a score. So I had some swaps here as well. So yeah, I'm slightly down. WCOOP maybe break even with the swaps. But yeah, that's all right. I mean, it started horrible. I was somehow I managed to turn it around a little bit. And that's sometimes how it goes in poker, that, you put in all these things on the whiteboard, all the goals, and if I think about it, not many of those goals actually I was able to accomplish, or let's say my session goals, right? It's not really like poker goals in terms of long-term goals, more like the session goals I have. I remember a couple of minutes ago that I was sharing, like multi-way or reshoving, late position a bit looser, multi-way. The spots didn't appear, and you work so hard for it, and you set this goal, and like, but I can't really apply my knowledge. Yeah, but that's how it goes sometimes, and there's nothing you can do about it. You just gotta accept it and move on, and maybe next time it will appear and you will be able to apply your knowledge. However, it didn't this time, and it's all right. Hopefully next time my next session will be better. And yeah, I hope you guys get some insights here. about my numbers. Yeah, just sometimes that it's not going as you expect it to go, and you just have to understand that it's about those seconds of preparation. It's about those minutes of studying or hours of grinding and meditating, preparing the food, and of course keep believing in it and then improving. And these minutes, seconds, hours, they will turn into days and weeks and years, and they're gonna make you stronger. Remember, we're in for the long game. Just because you fail once doesn't mean that you have to quit or that you have failed. You failed when you get up again, but you haven't failed. If you quit, you have failed. And you might fail in the short term, but yeah, we're in for the long game. And I always see it as a character building time. I have learned again more about me, and as you know, the past months have been going very well. In fact, actually the last years have been going very well for me. And sometimes it's simply not going as you expected. I mean, that's how it is. And if you see it as character building time, and if you remain disciplined, it will put you in a better place. It will put you in a better position compared to your competitors. And yeah, just because you work hard on something doesn't mean it will guarantee you success. That's a big fallacy. And you can study, learn, improve as much as you want. You can still fail, and you can fail 3 times, 7 times, 43 times. The moment you give up, you have failed. Actually, that's the real failure. It's just a little setback. And I know there are probably a lot of players out there right now that had a devastating WCOOP, and I feel you guys, but you're not getting my, I'm not going to touch you and like, oh, poor girl, poor boy. No, it's your responsibility. Take 1 or 2 days off and then get your ass up again and keep moving and keep working. And you might try 3 times or 43 times. There's no formula for it. There's no, oh yeah, you got to put in 2,700 hours and then you're gonna be successful. It just doesn't exist. We all roll differently. And too many people think just because I put in the effort means to become successful. What's the real difference actually is how does someone react to a setback? That's the difference between I would say a loser and a champion. How does he react when he has a hard time? All right. What does he do out of it? What does he learn? Is he able to reach out to someone, to ask for help, to ask for advice in a productive way, not just crying and complaining? So, and it's not only poker, it's also in everyday life. It's just a game of odds. It's just a game of odds. And you can have the best degree, you can have the sickest work attitude, and you can get your dream job. Someday you might get a shitty boss, and your dream job turns into a nightmare job. So, and suddenly you start hating your job, and you might ask yourself, what the fuck? Like, why? I have such an amazing education. I have the best possible degree. I work hard. I'm a nice person. I don't deserve this. Well, you can have this attitude and be all entitled, or just accept that no matter how much you put in, it doesn't give you the desired outcome 100% of the time, because there are always variables that are not in our control, that you're not in charge of, and unexpected things might happen, and you're always reliable on other persons. So it might not your fault, but it might be, or it is, it's not might, it is your responsibility to take action accordingly and eventually look for another job, or to have the conversation with your boss, to be productive, go to him and ask him, okay, what's your problem? Can I do something about it? And if he remains an idiot, an asshole, then quit. But you always have to try, you always have to be proactive. And that's where so many people fall into this mindset of, yeah, I actually deserve more and I put in so much in. It's just, nobody cares. Nobody cares. And most of the time it actually turns out to be like this. And I know a lot of people that they try once and they go, but Ben, I tried so once and it didn't work out. Maybe I tried a second time, but like it's just not for me. I was like, dude, okay. Then you have a false picture of life works. I mean, I'm 30. I don't want to tell you how life works, but I think I have a bit of experience when it comes to reaching the top in something and being successful with something. And I can tell you that most people actually try, or a lot of people try. Most people actually don't try in the first place, but a lot of people try and then they give up once they have one setback. And yeah, this is not in your power. Who might be your boss? What is the political system? There are just so many things that are not in your control. And very often in life and in poker, we depend on variables that we cannot predict. And you can always do things that at least increase your chances, that increase the odds of winning, that increase the odds of becoming successful. At some point, ultimately, you will have this success that you desired. When? Nobody can tell you. That's the beautiful thing, and that's all we can do. And I do the same with the people I work with in Raise Your Edge. I try to provide an environment where I attract the people that I enjoy working with, that I only let people in that I also believe that the others might enjoy working with, that there's no toxic environment, no toxic energy, positive vibes, supportive, productive, yet always open towards feedback, always willing to receive criticism, but also being able to provide productive or positive criticism. And sometimes we get people on board that we think are a good fit, but at the end they're actually not, and they turn out to be the wrong people. And then I could sit there and these idiots, and I give them such a nice environment, and I give them everything they want, and nice people to work with, and a decent salary and everything, and they don't appreciate it, these assholes. I could be all grumpy and negative. That's one way of dealing it. Or I could go to him, have this conversation, talk with him about it, and if I see there's no other way around, hey, we just don't share the same philosophy when it comes to working, we move on, we split apart, we don't keep wasting time with each other, we're just not meant to be working together, and looking for someone else. And I've learned that it's just not always 100% fit. And I could sit there dwelling and complaining and crying and blaming that someone was playing a wrong game at the beginning, not 100% honest, or you see trades weeks later or months later about someone. That's just how it is. And I could go on and bring even more examples. And you guys, you see that in poker and in life with your relationships and in business. And it just, that's how it is. And then in this video also after WCOOP, where I've expected better results, but it just didn't turn out to be. So now I'm going to be focusing on the boot camp, and then I will come back, review more spots from WCOOP, and be ready for the next tournaments, or actually then the next Sunday that I'm going to be grinding. And let's see if I'm able to turn around and somehow make up for the WCOOP. And so always appreciate the experiences you make along the way. Remember, there are always variables in your equation that you are not 100% in control of. Always focus on what is in your control. Focus on your daily routines. Those minutes, they will turn into days, months, and years. And that's what we want to, that's what we want to scale. That's what we want to look at. What are actually the results that we have accomplished over months and years, and not the micro failures we might have over a couple of days or even over a couple of weeks. Setbacks will come, and it's your responsibility to make the best out of it. I hope you guys still had a good WCOOP, whether monetary, you made some money, or at least in terms of experience. And then see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And good luck at the table. Stay strong and stay patient. See you.